You are from the Shining Light Ministry, and I would like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the long walk that you've had.
Okay, we are Dan and Melinda Koehler, and my husband and I met on the mission field in Zaire. Way back, I came out as a single girl in 1986, January of 1986. Dan came out in December of 1988, and we married a couple years after that, and you know what they say, the rest is history. We've been serving God now for 31 years in Central and East and now Southern Africa.
I wonder if you can share a few short testimonies with us on people's lives.
Well, just recently, one of the villages we were working with is called Lumbe over here, and the headman of that village has been very involved in witchcraft. Well, just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was convicted with all of his witchcraft, and Sunday morning he brought it all. He had a whole lot of paraphernalia. He said, I did this with this, this with this, this with this, and I'm burning it all because I want to follow Jesus. And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Another village that Dan and I worked with extensively for the last year and a half that we've been here, called Liobe, they did all of the witchcraft was finished. People stopped going to the witch doctor, so the witch doctor said, well, I guess I better join the church because everybody is in the church and nobody's coming to me anymore.
I don't want to be lonely, I'll have to join.
Yeah, there was quite a notable miracle, right? There was one of the older ladies, and one of the days she asked me, she said, Mama, pray for me, and she pulled up her chitenge, and she showed me all these cuts. Well, when they have a cut and then they put ash in it, it scars them, and this is something that the witch doctors do. And she had been to the witch doctor hundreds of times. She had scars all over her face and her arms and her legs, asking for healing for her legs. So Dan and I came to pray for her. When we started to pray for her, of course, it was a devilish manifestation. Demon began to manifest. She fell to the ground. Brown foam started coming out of her mouth. Everyone was kind of freaking out. So what's the matter with this lady? Well, Dan and I cast the devil out of her. Within just a couple minutes, she stood up and she was fine. Well, we like to have lunch with everyone, so we started to eat lunch, and the other ladies stopped and they're staring at this old lady. And I noticed something was going on, and I said, what? They said she could never eat before. In fact, the demon that came out of her just now would strangle her. Every time she tried to eat this, they would come up straight so she couldn't eat. And she would go into fits where blood would come out of her nose, ears, and mouth, and she would be a prisoner from this demon all day long. And now she's completely set free. It really revived this. I mean, it broke the power of the devil. People saw how God's power was more powerful than the devil. And so it changed everything. The village came very strongly to God after that.
And we realized that the manifestations of God's power in the local people really makes the difference.
It makes all the difference.
Not what we as outsiders say to any of them.
But they have to see it for themselves.
Yes.
And they knew the test. We didn't even know when we prayed for this lady the problems that she had. It all came out actually afterwards when she was set free.